Hey YouTube, coming at you with yet another Great League team, and this one I started with K9, Kanto Ninetales, because again it was one of my best Pokemon I've used for a lot of it was like the before Togedemaru became like my go-to. Ninetales I was like killing with it. This meta right now is not built for Ninetales. There are so many mud, like so many just mud boys everywhere, Swampert, Whiscash everywhere, Poliwraths everywhere. You got a decent amount of like groundswell, lanturns are everywhere. So just like dragons are starting to show up. So like really, I would honestly, as much as I love using it, I would not recommend using it in this meta right now. However, if you are going to use it, what do you need to cover? So you need to cover everything I just said: the water, Poliwrath, and grounds and stuff like that. So I put in Dragonair and Whiscash. Dragonair obviously resisting all the water, so that, and Lanturn and stuff like that, electric, so it can deal with that. And then Whiscash, because with Dragonair and Ninetales, you're gonna have like problems with like Bastidon and Steels, not Steels, but like Bastidon. So Whiscash is the answer to that. So let's look at some battles. Dragonair is pretty safe in general, right? Even against like the worst is like a pure fairy or pure like ice. Like even a zoom roll resisting the bubbles is not a bad lead. The problem here is, so this is generally a good matchup if you have shield advantage. If you don't, and you're down a shield, one draw run is, I don't think it quite takes you out, but it's going to put you pretty low. Luckily, I am able to get to 2 weather balls, so that way, like, if I can't take this out here, I will be able to like grab shields. And I'm just going straight overheat here. So I grabbed 1 shield. This is just to grab the second or take this out. They double shield. That's okay. I got the 2 shields back, which is nice. Draw run will take me out from this range, so I'm going to have to get my Whiscash on this. Move comes through. What I'll probably do is... I'm going to have to throw fast now because I don't want to take another one. I was going to say I'm going to build up energy, but like you don't want to go down 2 icy winds here because that would be tough. But I will commit to the... I was going to commit to the farm down, but they give up switch right into Gligar, which unfortunately is going to get hit with a Scald, so that's a one-shot. They may come back in... I don't. We'll see. If they come in something else, I can get out of here into my Dragonair because they'll be switch locked, and that's the thing. So they are switch locked now, so I will be able to get these body slams off. Unfortunately, Poliwrath is pretty sneaky bulky, but 2 body slams is enough. And now they have to. They're in the situation where they have to throw, or else I'm gonna take them out. So it's either I take them out or they dump their energy. So they're dumping their energy, which allows me to mud shot. 1 extra move there, and then I can get to the mud bomb before they take me out here, because 1 move is not going to take me out. So Dragonair, it's kind of tricky running this team. Like I like Dragonair as a cover for Ninetales, because again, Dragonair is weak to ice, and Ninetales can deal with the majority of ice, right? If you see this terrible lead, you have to stay in because you can't go Whiscash right away. They have an answer for Whiscash. And you can just kind of Dragon Breath and Aqua Tails do add up here on Bastidon, so you can just kind of stay in here and just like chip a bunch or grab a shield, stuff like that. So I like in theory Dragonair, like Ninetales covering Dragonair because of ice. I think the problem in like actuality when you play it is that Dragonair needs shields and Ninetales need shields, right? So as a combo, it's like, where do you use your shields? And that puts you in a difficult situation. So I am able to get this overheat off, which will like 1 shot. So they do shield, and now switch locked. I'm probably not throwing because I need to worry about another like a grass hole team. So another grass in the back, and I don't want to be like dry on energy if something comes in. Because if it's like a poison grass, I'll probably chip. And actually, I probably throw Scald anyways. Just to try and lower the attack. So it's just a pure grass. I will lower the attack. And time to go to off topic here. I was in a matchup the other day. And it was like a Venusaur against my Whiscash. And I know Mud Bomb is neutral because it's half poison. But in the moment, I was like, I bet you in the long run, Scald is better. So Mud Bomb does 42 damage to a Mud Bomb does 42 damage to a Venusaur, and Scald does 37. And this is why I say Scald is like a broken move right now. I know it's one more energy, like one more Mud Bomb to get there, so it's not, so it's way less like damage per energy because it does cost one extra Mud Shot. But let's say I only have two moves. Let's say I'm going to go down anyways, right? I have Mud Bomb and I have Scald, and I'm going to go down, so it does not matter which one I throw. I would rather throw the resisted Scald and try for that 50% lowering of the attack than getting that little bit of extra damage with a neutral Mud Bomb. And that's kind of how broken I feel Scald is right now. It just like every time in neutral situations, like do I have the Poliwrath team coming up? I think I got a Poliwrath team coming up where it's like I'm against an Azumarill and I feel like I'm in a good situation with the counter Scald, which is ridiculous. You are not in a good situation with counter and Scald against a fairy, a water fairy, but it feels like that because it just feels like you're never out of it being able to hit for potentially lowering their attack by 50, and the counters and Scald add up a lot. So I was like, it's crazy. It is actually crazy how strong this move is. Just losing CMP here, so almost a workaround, but not quite. Anyways, that's my thoughts on Scald versus Mud Bomb there. Cofagrigus, neutral lead. Again, a lot of stuff is just neutral against Dragonair. Even in like it falls in like the neutral bad, neutral good range. I just find like there's never like a ton of amazing. Well, I guess if you get like on a Lanturn or stuff like that, it's good. And then obviously like a pure fairy is bad. But again, have to use the shield on Dragonair or else it would be taken out. It will take switch, and then it's like, okay, I have to stay here because I cannot have my Whiscash see this. So again, like Dragon Breath plus resisted Aqua Tail chip, and they respect it because that would like put them in the deep like yellow. I think it's worth the shield because Shadow Ball wouldn't one shot, but it put me pretty close. And it's a Skeldridge in the back, so that is huge. I can only take one Shadow Ball, and then Disarming Voice will take me out next one. So 1, 2, throw. Good job, me. I think I'm starting to get sick. I can feel my throat and nose. 2 again, which I try to undercharge. I feel like I should have get to a move, force a shield. Yeah, I think the mud shots actually put this in Fire Spin range, actually. Yeah, so that was actually not a bad idea. I thought maybe my win conditions would be like let that go so they don't get energy, and then I could just Fire Spin down. But and again, Jellicent is tough. We have no charge move to throw in the Dragonair. I can't get out into Whiscash. Whiscash has like a not even great matchup to begin with, and then Ninetales gets killed, and they bait me with Surf, which is like, okay, this is already like a really crappy situation to be in, and this could be Shadow Ball. So like I need to now just commit the 2 shields, and if I was going to commit the 2 shields, there's no point of throwing the Aqua Tail. I probably should have just banked it. Just gotten like 100 energy straight Dragon Breath. Chipped in there. Okay. That's okay. I'm going to throw right away. See if it takes it out. If I remember, it leaves it like just a few HP short of being taken out. And they will get an Earthquake off. But that's okay. I'll come out with a bit of energy here. But they have 2 shields, so I need to start grabbing shields here. Okay. Tons of energy. The Jellicent comes back in, I'll be able to just launch these Mud Bombs. I think I labeled this weird win. And I'm like, okay, they shield, and then they double shield. And I'm like, okay, I think they're like super weak in the back to this. So I think I try and like force their hand here. And they are super weak in the back to it. They have a Bastidon. So I guess it kind of makes sense why they were using shields. But I feel like I was maybe low enough that they could, it would have been close. Anyways, able to chip a bunch here. And now the question is, I will live a move for sure. Maybe not for sure. It's resisted. Yeah, so I do live. Can I get to the move? No. Can I get to the weather ball before they get to a move? I think yes. Yeah, so this will take out. And now it is a race. Can I take them out before they get to a surf? Can I live a surf from this range? I feel like I won this one. And I can just live a surf. So I don't love that 2 shield on thing. I think you maybe just like take 2 shields into the Bastidon to try and take out the Whiscash. But I know it's like tough when you see a Whiscash against Bastidon, just like resisting every move and double super effective mud moves. I get like the nervousness behind it, but it's kind of tricky there. Again, this is what I'm kind of using Whiscash as a shield here, right? I'm trying to save shields for Dragonair, Ninetales. So again, I probably wouldn't run this exact team just because of the limitations of it. I feel like in these battles, you feel like you're kind of stretched for shields and don't know like what's the best move here. So don't have a ton of bulk, and you don't have the charge moves to like threaten a lot of the times too. But I love me some Ninetales, but yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Ninetales, you are unfortunately not really usable at this point. And there's not much you can do. I think I'm just trying to keep switch here. Hence, like, otherwise I would probably not shield that. And they get out into an Azumarill. I'm like, okay, that is not great. So hopefully I can just chip a couple here. And then I forget what was the lead. I think it's a lead that I want the Dragonair on. Yeah. So there's 2 things here. I think there's a lead that I want Dragonair on. And the second thing is, a lot of Azumarills don't run Hydro Pump. A lot of them are in Ice Beam Play Rough, which if they do, everything is resisted. Right? So that is big. I just go Weather Ball. I thought they maybe shield, but they don't. So that was kind of a dumb play by me. But at this point, it's low enough that I probably can just Dragon Breath down, use a shield if they get to a move, or throw here. I can probably throw before if I want to save the shield. And I'm going to throw right before they, force that shield or take them out. And I force the shield because they want to get they want to get this super effective move off, which makes sense. So now the question is, can I take this down before Lanturn lands a Thunderbolt? Because a Thunderbolt, resisted or not, is going to take me out. Especially when I'm already at like 50% health. And I've got to imagine they're going to far outpace me to the move. Yeah. The sparks are really adding up. Oh, I get to a move, but it just does not take it out. Lanturn's a little too tanky for me in this. So they live with 1 or 2 HP. Get the move off. Tough loss there. Yeah, so you don't really have a good answer for Azumarill. Yeah. So honestly, if I were to give up 1 Pokemon in this team, unfortunately, even though it's in the title and is in the thumbnails, I would give up Ninetales. There's just no play for it right now. There's no play for it in this meta. Dragonair Whiscash, I like that combo actually, right? Your toughest problems with Dragonair is going to be like some steals, which Whiscash can deal with. Whiscash's only weakness is grass, which Dragonair resists. So I like that pairing. I like that there's a lot of water in this meta, so Dragonair can resist that. So I like that combo. What would you pair it with as a third? Again, see, this is the thing. This is the Venusaur. I'm only going to get to 1 move. It makes more sense to go for the Scald because there, 50% takes it down, lowers their attack. I mean, Sludge would still really hurt. It is just a frenzy. The Azumarill comes in. So I would actually get an answer for Azumarill as a third. Maybe like a Registeel, because you have 2 answers for fire, but it's not really the fire I'm worried about, it's the counter user I'm worried about. Yeah, something like a Registeel or Galarian Stunfisk. I think would be best as your third on this team instead of Ninetales. And again, I came in here just to use Ninetales as a shield, taking resisted moves. Get one more Fire Spin through, that's just nice. And then it's just actually Dragon Breath range for both. Dragon Breath down, and take it for the win. So yeah, Dragonair has play. I've already showcased Dragonair in the team. I've already showcased everything in this. Good lead. I don't know why I came Ninetales when Ninetales would also dominate the lead here. And I have to shield because it's glassy. I don't know what I'm doing here. Do get to a move. I think I have to commit like 2 shields if they let this go. Or they just go with whatever's in the back. Because they can't come Shadow Vic. So Shadow Vic's drawing dead essentially against Ninetales and Dragonair. So I'm going to see whatever's left. Yep, so we are going to overheat. And then we are going to get our Whiscash on it. And then we're going to have to... We're going to lose. We're going to lose because... Despite resisted and doing neutral Dragon Breath... okay, no, I'll win this. What was the matchup? Maybe it was in like a 2-shield matchup or something. I had a matchup where resisted moves were doing like too much. Shadow Vic resisted moves were doing too much on my Pokemon anyways and taking me out before I took them out. I forget where that was. Again, I've done a lot of battles, so you'll see a bunch of those. Anyways, that is it. That is the team. Again, Ninetales, love you. Not for this meta right now. Whiscash, very, very dominant in this meta. So much so that you won't see it this week. Is next week Great League in the other cup, or is it coming back in 2 weeks? I just looked this up the other day, so this is probably a repeat of what I said. I think it's Great League and Great League Hisui Cup next week. So I will showcase it next week. I went with an anti-Scald team. One of those anti-Scald is a Poliwrath with Scald, but it's an anti-Scald team because I was seeing like Whiscash and Poliwrath and everything everywhere with Scald, and I'm like, this move is so annoying. I went anti-Scald, and it was Poliwrath. What was it? Poliwrath and 2 others that resist Scald. Walrein, Poliwrath, because Walrein also covers your flyer on if you see like a Gligar come in to deal with Poliwrath, you have the Walrein. And what was the third? I forget the third. But yeah, a triple anti-Skull team. So I'll definitely showcase that next week, along with this other cup. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone's doing well. Again, I'm sorry I'm not commenting on my videos. Normally, I'm very engaged with all my videos. Like I try and like and comment everything. But work is just like crazy right now. I have like no time. I got like 6 meetings a day. I've got like huge deliverables and stuff. So I don't really have time to do that. So I appreciate you watching. And I appreciate you watching and the comments and the likes and everything, because I definitely like see it in my stats. But yeah, sorry for not engaging as much. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.